breeze dance, like I said, is something we've played at celebrity golf tournaments. Hope is, been one of our tunes for the last 5 years or so, and Eternal, one of those. My new tune is, the jazzy one that I ripped off. It's the typical, thing. But the good thing about playing with Branford is you can play typical sounding stuff, and it's not typical anymore. So I like that. My new ballad, it was just like we got to write, and that's what came out. And Branford stuff, I can clearly see. I know Branford's writing, and I can see, how one of the new tunes, I think it was like new tune number 2, is clearly is he's taken things from playing and writing Sir Rod the Aloof. How it's going from, all of these tunes end up being extensions from other tunes. After I wrote Hope, I wrote 4 or 5 other tunes that came out of that.
So the only song that has a title is the song Precious, and I wrote it after watching that movie Precious, which I just sat in the movie theater for 20 minutes crying, and then went home and wrote 2 songs, and that's one of them. And the first song I wrote the beginnings of that song and couldn't finish it, so I went away from it. And then the other song, new song number 2, that he's talking about, which is it's an extension of a style of music that I first got introduced to through Ornette Coleman's music, playing melodies that are outside, that have rhythm but aren't locked into bars. They're not part of, you can't really count them, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then play. It's just it's very classical. The melody just floats along, and it creates its own rhythm. It's not locked into a system. And Keith Jarrett also did it a lot. So when Ornette did it, he didn't have a piano player playing with him. So Keith Jarrett kind of listened to a lot of Ornette and took that style and ran away with it. And he started putting chords underneath the music. So it's the combination of the two for me. So whenever I write those kind of songs, and there's also this thing when I wrote a song called Like Keith, which is like Keith. That's what Keith Jarrett, he wrote this song on an album called Facing You. And I got this idea from him, but the difference being that we kind of stay on the solo form, and it's based on the concept of the way African rhythms are created. They're also not in bars, but it's one long extended rhythm, and it is its own tempo. So the song creates its tempo from understanding how the melody is constructed, and that's the way this piece is.
And I played that for 5 years, and I didn't know that until after we stopped playing it. I just learned that like a month ago.
So that's the way this song is.
I wish you had told me that.
Well, if you had asked, we played it so differently. It was fine with me the way we wound up playing it.
But knowing what it is now, it makes a lot of sense.
But that last song we did, new song number 2, that has that thing where if you listen to it, everybody's playing. It's not bars,
right?
But there's a motion to it, So the chords come in at specific spots. When I hit my hand, that's a new chord.